What's up, YouTube? It's Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris, and I'm here with another haul video for everybody. I hope everybody had a great comic book Wednesday. I had an awesome comic book Wednesday. Picked up a few books that I was looking to get that came out new, and a couple that I passed up on the last week. So, just going to go ahead and get into some of these books real quick. So I wanted to just go ahead and let everybody know that you still have time to guess on the top 10 book that I picked up from last week on eBay. It's on its way. It hasn't quite arrived yet, so I'm going to be doing a video on that. If you haven't checked out my video of my new top 10 list, which was, I think, my last video I did, made a new top 10 books that I'm looking to pick up, for the rest of the year. And then at the end of the year, if I do finish my original list, then I'm going to go ahead and, condense down and go with that second list and maybe add some other books to it depending on what I pick up. But if not, I'll condense the list together and then, keep collecting from that, from the combined list. But anyway, so the books on my original list that you have to choose from to guess and see which book it is that I picked up is Jimmy Olsen, number 134, which is the first appearance of Darkseid, or cameo at least. The Infinity Gauntlet, whether you think I picked up one of the issues or if I picked up, the whole set. Watchmen, I still need to get, I think it's 1, 7, 10, 11, and 12. So if you think I got any one of those, you can guess one of those. Wolverine's Limited Series, number 3 and number 4. Could be one of those. Also, X Factor, number 6. So go ahead and write in the comments what you think it is that I picked up, and I will go ahead and unbox it. I'll read off the people that actually guessed the correct answer. I'll give you a shout out in the video. So come on, guys, guess on what it was. I just want to see, what you guys think and how many of you actually know what book it is. So on to our new books that I got today. We got here Empire number 2. And I think this came out maybe last month, but I just, for whatever reason, glanced by it, so I didn't actually end up picking it up. But to go along with that one, I picked up Empress number 3. This is a really cool series. If you haven't checked it out, definitely pick it up. It's a little bit different from the normal superhero comics. It's very sci-fi. It has kind of a Star Wars feel to it, not completely. So it's just, basic background of the story is the Empress, her main character of the book, is fleeing from her abusive husband who wants her and her kids back. And he's pretty violent, pretty vicious, and he's ready to employ whatever means he can to get her and his family back. So it's a pretty cool book to check out. So definitely pick it up, if it's something that you think you're into, or if you're just looking for something to read. Really cool. Mark Millar does really, really good work. All right, so on to the next book. We have 4001 AD. And this is a pretty cool book. Very, very good art in this. This is Valiant's kind of tie-together book where they have most of the big characters within the book. Exo Manowar, Ray, Bloodshot. I always mess that guy's name up. Bloodshot. So check this one out because, the art is worth it. And on top of all of it, $3.99 cover price, so, not exactly the cheapest book in the world, but not the most expensive. If you've started collecting the Civil War books, those are kind of pricey. Next up, Flash Rebirth, number 1. Love this cover. I actually like what they're doing with these covers, how they have just the characters. For me, the only variant that I picked up from the last week's was the Green Lantern, and I just like that cover. I mean, I actually like the original cover too, but I do like that they have just the real close-up of the characters, and it seems like they have that on every single one. And I feel like those ones are more expressive than those other variants, and plus, if you haven't, I guess, been privy to see it, there's a lot of pink smudges on the front of a lot of the variant covers because of the fact that the covers are white. And the reason that is happening is because if you see here, they have this ad on the back of the book that is pink, and so I guess during the shipping process, it's rubbing off. So that's why I've been picking up most. Well, that's why I've only picked up the regular covers instead of the variants usually. But I'm going to break that rule with Superman Rebirth, actually Action Comics 957, and I picked this up just because it was Superman flying. I mean, it's the iconic image that you think of when you think of Superman, although he is flying down, so not quite the iconic image that you think. You think of him flying through the sky, but you know, I think it's going to be kind of a cool story as far as the turning the numbers back to what they were when they left off. I don't know how long it's going to go. I'm sure they're going to go to 1,000, so we can expect a couple of years out of this book before they do another rebirth or reboot or whatever they want to call it, just to make it seem like the last bit of stories that they made didn't happen. Along with that, I picked up Detective Comics number 934. And I really do like this cover. This is a variant. All right, so just to speculate, I mean, speculate, just to specify. So these two are variant covers. The original covers are a little bit different, and I've seen a couple different ones. So I don't know how many variants there are for this, but I do know that this is the variant that came in my comic shop. I don't know if you guys have others. I'm sure there's plenty, just because they're getting back into the series. But if you're a Batman fan or a Superman fan, definitely ones to pick up. Next up is a book that came out last week, and I picked this one up just because I'm looking to go ahead and have this sketched when I go to Boston Comic Con. So the book is Civil War #1, blank variant, and as I get closer to Boston Comic Con, I'm going to go ahead and pick up more blank variants of different books. Currently, right now, my local comic shop has a... for the old variants, basically, that came out with Secret Wars and the Star Wars series when it first came out, and a few others. They have those covers there that are blank, and they're putting up cover price. So what I'm trying to do, and the reason I picked this one up was just basically, I like the fact that it's Civil War and that it is one of the big crossover titles. So I basically can tell them to draw anybody on it, and pretty much everybody's going to be in this book. So I didn't want to, like, it doesn't make much sense to get Chewbacca, sketch cover and then be like, hey, can you draw Spider-Man on that? Because what does Spider-Man have to do with Chewbacca? Unless you have some type of, just artist challenge that you want to do. But I wanted to get a couple more of these because I want to get some sketches when I do go to Boston Comic Con. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Last but not least, as far as the new books are concerned, because I do have one other thing that I was able to get, an eBay pickup that I'll show you guys as we go. It is not the unboxing that I was talking about, so that is definitely coming later on when I actually receive it. But just something else I picked up, throughout my time on eBay. But this one I picked up, and this is not for me. It's actually for a friend in the comic community. This is the Captain America #1, just the first print regular cover that has gotten all the publicity, just the issue itself and all the backlash and everything like that. So a friend of mine in the comic community, Comic Noob, was saying that he would really have liked to pick up that book, but he didn't have it at his local shop. So I figured, and I told him throughout my comments and everything, that I would pick it up for him. So I don't know. I looked at his video today and I didn't see it within that haul. So Comic Noob, if you have the book, you can let me know one way or the other. It's not a big deal. I got it for you. So if you already have one, then guess what? You're getting another one. So I will private message you to get your information to go ahead and send you this book off, because I just like to be able to help out a good member of the community that is a good friend of mine within the comic community. So this is for you, pal. And I figure it can help just make you feel a little better just to get one of these in the mail. So definitely looking forward to doing that. Just to helping out another community member. So from that, I'm going to get into the book that I picked up, or actually, it's more than one book that I picked up. So I found an auction, actually a group of auctions that would basically buy it now, from an eBay store called Imagine That Comics. And what happened was, there's a series, an anime series that I love called Akira. And it's one of the best animes of all time. It came out in the 80s, and it was revolutionary for its time. They did so much just great stuff with the animation. And so I've seen the movie, oh, I can't even tell you how many times. I mean, I own it, and I've seen it back on VHS, on DVD, you know, just uh, burned, torrent, everything. I've seen it on a million different ways, and it was just a book that I'm sorry, it's just a manga that I've loved so much, and I never really gave too much mind into thinking that, you know what, why not pick up the mangas or pick up the, you know, the comics, because I know that Marvel had done a series of them back in the late 80s. So I decided to pick them up. I picked up one so far, and then I saw this auction, and these were all at a great price. I was able to go ahead and pick these up combined for a really, really good price, just because the combined shipping with them, I think, ended up being a grand total of like $3.75, because I think it was like $3.25 for the first book, and then 25 cents each additional, which is really cool on eBay, just because when you go to get not quite a lot, but when you're piecing together a bunch of different books, it's really cool when you have a seller that will combine shipping and let you, you know, pick up a bunch of books all at once for, you know, the shipping cost being pretty low. So just wanted to show off the free book first that he sent me, and that is Hellstorm. This is Hellstorm number 6. And the Hellstorm we're talking about is Damien Hellstorm, the son of Satan. And he was, you know, big in like the 70s. You know, he had his own stuff, a lot of stuff going on with like Ghost Rider and everything like that. So it is rumored that the Midnight Suns, which is a group that he's in, it's like him, Ghost Rider, and Blade, and I think Morbius, and a few other of the, you know, more supernatural characters in the Marvel Universe. They kind of had their own books going for a while and just kind of collaborated together. So, you know, who knows? Like, I'm not saying that this is going to be worth anything, but it's definitely cool to have, and I'm definitely going to enjoy reading it. You know, can't beat free. It's always a great bonus, and it's a pretty cool cover. So, moving on from there, I'm going to check out the books that I bought. So, I do have Akira issue number 16. That was the first one I got. So in that auction, in that basically pickup lot, I was able to pick up number 15, number 17, and number 21. And number 21 is a sick cover. Just, I mean, it's real graphic and it's real brutal, but it's really, really cool. Like, you know, I'm definitely a fan of these. And just to show you, so these aren't your average comic books where it's just like, you know, a, you know, 32 or, you know, 40-page book. These are actually very thick. They're basically trade paperbacks, but not, I mean, they're in sequence of each other. So it's an actual series, just to give you like a little bit of heads up. So, you know, just when you look at the book, it's, you know, pretty thick. I think these are about probably like 80 pages a piece. And they came out in 1989, I think. Let me go ahead and open one up. And I'm not gonna give Splash Page Comics a heart attack. I'm gonna go ahead and get my gloves. Should have had them prepared already, but I didn't. So I apologize. But just gonna go ahead and put these on real quick. See, there we go. So as I open the book, as I open the plastic for the book, and you know, going into that, I also want to just say that Imagine That does a really good job packaging these books. Send it in double mailer along with cardboard, and then seal the books back to back. You know, or front to back to front to back, in the plastic, and then they all came with it individually in their own bags and boards. So definitely, you know, good guys to pick up books from. You know, so if you're looking to check them out, if you're looking for someone to pick up some books on eBay, give them a shot, because they have all types of different stuff. All right, so this one, just to kind of open it up a little bit, actually. So as you can see, with most mangas, it's black and white, but this actually has color. And this came out in 1990. So 89, 90. And let me just give you actually a pretty good view on the inside. So it's all in English and full color. So for me, it's not a really big departure from the movie itself. There's more stuff that happens in this. There's more characters that get bigger roles because of the fact that you're able to put more information into one of these than you can in a 2-hour movie. So definitely cool books to pick up. Right now, if you're looking on eBay, some of them can be pretty expensive. Like number 1 is pretty expensive. The last books in the run, number 33 through 36, are a little bit expensive. But you can pick these up ungraded, raw, depending on where you go, for maybe like $4 or $5 a pop. I think combined, because I did the combined shipping and everything, I picked all 3 of these up for the combined price of $10.50. And that includes shipping. So, it's not a huge sought after book. There has been rumors at certain points that they were looking to do live action movies, but that's been going on since maybe the mid 90s, saying that they want to do a live action movie and they haven't been able to. So if they ever do, I'm stocking up. Not because I want to speculate and say that if they ever do, this is what I have and I'm going to be rich from it. Because I mean, who's to say how it's going to turn out? Ghost in the Shell is an anime that's being turned into a live action movie for an American audience, and it's hard to say how that's going to turn out because Scarlett Johansson is going to be the main character, and she does great work, but how things translate from manga and anime to live action doesn't always work out well. Does anyone remember Dragon Ball Evolution? Did not come out well. So what I would say is just, it's just definitely something cool to pick up, something that brings me back to basically my teenage years, first getting into anime and just checking out some really cool stuff. So I was, really happy to pick these up, along with the other books I picked up from my LCS. I will be doing a couple of other videos coming up this weekend. There's a couple of books that I haven't picked up from my LCS that I want to, that came out this week. And one of them is an indie book called Hench Girl. It always has a low print run. It's by Scout Comics. So if you see it in your local comic shop, or if you see let me put it this way. If you see a number 1, buy it, because everywhere I've gone, it's sold out, and it's pretty expensive up on eBay. If you can find 2 through, they're up to issue 8. If you can find 2 through 8 in a local shop, pick it up, because, like I said, low print runs. And it's a pretty cool story. So, it's something a little different from what actually comes out as far as hero stories go. And then you also have the Wonder Woman Rebirth. I was able to pick it up. I had the ability. I just didn't at the time, so I'm going to pick that up as well. And so I'm going to pick up those books. So I might have another little mini haul, this weekend. I am going to have my unboxing, so definitely check that out. And I'm also going to be doing a tag video, because I was tagged by Larry of, now it's Rebel Comics, the home of Niobe, which used to be Top Comics, if you don't know, but he's changed the name to Rebel Comics, which is really cool. And I was tagged by him in the video, on his live show actually, to put out a video of the top books that I would like to get slabbed and graded. So I'm going to go ahead and get that together and make that over the weekend. So definitely stay tuned. I'm going to have a few different books coming up a few different videos this weekend with some different stuff. So, it's going to be pretty exciting. And again, like I said, if you haven't gone ahead and made a guess as to what the book is that I've purchased on my top 10 list, go ahead and let me know what you think it is. And like I said, when I go ahead and get to the end of it and I show what it is, I will shout out everybody who got the answer correct. And I just want to thank everybody who went ahead and has participated so far. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get going. This is Buckshot33, aka Boston Chris. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And everybody have a good night. As always, happy collecting. I'm out.